Let me get this camera straight before we start. All right. Okay. Trying to get the camera start on position. All right, bravo. All right, good morning, everyone, from this part of the world, wherever you are watching from. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Hanson Joseph, and of course, you're welcome to my channel, Tennis Joy. Welcome to my live video. Thank you very much again for your massive support. Like I said, my name is Hanson Joseph, and today we're going to be looking at some, issues, trending headlines in the world of tennis. We start with the ATP Finals in Turin, where Jannik Sinner will be playing Taylor Fritz in the final of that ATP in Turin. Well, first of all, you can't talk about tennis right now without, talking about Jannik Sinner. Why he's dominating the headline? In fact, this guy. But first of all, before we start even talking about Jannik Sinner, I made a prediction in my channel. You can go and check out the video before this semi-final match. I talk about the game between Alexander Zverev and Tyler Fries, where I talk about that Alexander Zverev was the favorite to win that one. Eventually, I got that prediction wrong, and then Taylor Fritz won that. Then I talk about Jannik Sinner versus Casper Ruud. I talk about how Jannik Sinner will beat Casper Ruud, which happened, and then he's in the final now against Taylor Fritz. So we talk about Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner have not dropped a set against top 10 players in this ATP tour. In fact, he beat the likes of Alex de Minaur in this tournament, 6-3 and 6-4 in 2 sets. Beat Taylor Fritz in the group stages. He beat Dani Medvedev 6-3 and 6-4. Beat Casper Ruud before reaching to the final. Jannik Sinner have not dropped a single set in this tournament. He has not dropped a single set. Jannik Sinner. So you can't talk about tennis right now without mentioning the name of this guy, Jannik Sinner. He has not dropped a set in this tournament. And let's look at it now from the player's perspective. We're not talking about the fans right now, because if I'm a fan, I love Jannik Sinner. I just want him to win, but we are looking at it now from the player's perspective. Let's assume you that is watching me right now. Maybe you are a Dani Medvedev, or you are a Taylor Fritz, you are an Alex de Minaur. How do you feel about Jannik Sinner's dominance? How do you feel about Jannik Sinner's dominance? This guy in 2024 alone, 2024 alone, he has 7 titles. Seven titles. This guy have won 7 titles. He won the 2024 US Open. All right, Sports Boy is saying hi. All right, Sports Boy, thank you very much. We are still talking about Jannik Sinner. What do you think about his dominance? I'm still coming to that. This guy alone has won 7 titles. Talking about Jannik Sinner, 7 titles in this ATP. He won the 2024 US Open, beating Taylor Fritz in the final. The ATP 1000 titles. This guy won in Vienna, won in Barcelona, won in Montpellier, won in China Masters, beating Novak Djokovic in the final. In fact, the dominance is much. And then again, you look at how, everything is happening right now around Jannik Sinner. 7 titles already in 2024. We are looking at it now from a player's perspective. Let's assume you are a Daniil Medvedev, or maybe you are an Alex de Minaur, or you are like Taylor Fritz. or maybe you are like Alexander Zverev. This guy is dominating everywhere. And before that, 2024 US Open, he had a doping controversy where he was tested twice for a ban substance about Jannik Sinner, and then that sparked a lot of controversy in the tennis world, and all that. And then you talk about players talking behind them. But when you're playing tennis, you have to be professionals. You don't say a lot of things, But there are different personalities when it comes to this tennis, this ATP. I'm beginning to, side with Nick Kyrgios on what he said. In fact, I'm quoting him right now. He said ridiculous when he was talking about Jannik Sinner when he was tested twice for that, and after the World Anti-Doping WADA, file an appeal for that case in the Court of Arbitration of Sports for that case to be reopened. And then, after everything, the independent tribunal ruled in the favor of Jannik Sinner. So there's nothing anybody can do about that. The case has been closed. Jannik Sinner is clean, according to the independent tribunal. So the dominance is too much. So as a player perspective, what do you think about Jannik Sinner? Share in the comments. I'm beginning to think the way of Nick, because Nick Kyrgios is a player. I don't really like him. I respect him, but I don't like him. That's just the truth. I respect Nick Kyrgios. Where he said about something ridiculous that Jannik Sinner should be banned for like 2 years. He should be banned for 2 years. Then after everything, Sinner was not banned. So I'm thinking the way of the players now. How will you think? Let's assume you're not a fan now. You just think like a player. You are in this ATP tour. It doesn't matter the tournament. The truth is that if Jannik Sinner have not withdrawn from that Paris Masters, Zverev will not have won it. I'm telling you the truth. It doesn't matter. It's not. I can bet my money now on Jannik Sinner and tell you that Taylor Fritz stand no chance of beating him. In fact, he has everything in his favor in this final. He has the home fans. The head-to-head favors him. He has everything. Backhand, forehand. Jannik Sinner is everywhere. So what do you think? Let's assume you're a player. Share in the comments. How do you feel about Jannik Sinner dominance in the world of tennis? And just to add more salt to the injury, the doping controversy, how do you relate that now to his sources? So that's for Jannik Sinner. The dominance is too much. In fact, he won the 6 million Skin Slam, beating Carlos Alcaraz in the finals of that tournament. This guy is totally dominating the tennis world when it comes to the ATP. And that is apart. We are done with Jannik Sinner. In case you're just joining us, my name is Hanson Joseph. You're welcome to my channel, Tennis Joy. Thank you so much for always joining. You can share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget, if you are new to this channel, all you have to do is just to subscribe to this channel, and then you'll be able to get my new videos. And when I come live, you'll be able to put on your notifications so that you'll be able to get all my new videos. Then the second, let's talk about Carlos Alcaraz, the world former number one, former number two. Right now is not, I think number three. It's number three right now, because if you check the ATP ranking, Jannik Sinner is number one, Alexander Zverev number two, then you see a Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz, at first I thought maybe he was complaining. Okay, Sports Boy, say you have to go. All right, Sports Boy, thank you so much for your support. Sports Boy, I can see you. Thank you so much. All right, Carlos Alcaraz, at the Paris Masters, he lost in the round of 16 against Ugo Humbert. And then after the game, he came out to say that it's very hard. Understand where it's coming from. He says it's very hard to play where everybody is, the fans are against you. That's what Carlos Alcaraz said after that loss against Ugo Humbert. Because the guy is French and he's playing his home ground. The home fans are rallying again behind him. They want him to win that tournament. After Alexander Zverev won that Paris Masters, I made a video and I asked a question. does Carlos Alcaraz have the mental toughness to remain at the top? Then I got a lot of feedback. Some said he doesn't have the mental toughness and all of that. But after I did some research, I found out that there are so many things. Uh, is not related to whether he's mentally tough or not. That is number one. Recently, he lost in this ATP finals in Turin, where he smashes against Alexander Zverev. He smashed his racket. He was very, very angry and all of that. Then after that, when he lost to Casper Ruud, he also complained about having stomach issues. He talked about health ground and all of that. In fact, if you look at all the situation around there, you're going to sum it up to fatigue. Number one, accumulated fatigue is a problem for Carlos Alcaraz. And then fans are saying the ATP calendar sucks because you have to look at these players don't really get enough time to rest before moving on from this tournament to another, this tournament to another, this tournament to another. That's what is affecting Carlos Alcaraz. It's not based on his mental toughness or whether he has the mental toughness to run at the top. It only boils down to the problems, no rest. You are moving from this tournament to another. Right now, as I'm talking to you now, Carlos Alcaraz, I just saw in news he's in Malaga right now for the Davis Cup. So let's imagine if he lost out, you're not going to relate that to maybe mental toughness. There are too many games to play. I don't really blame him. He lost at the Paris Masters against Hugo Humbert, lost to Casper Ruud, lost to Alexander Zverev. So he wasn't really happy. That's for Carlos Alcaraz. So share in the comments if you're watching me right now. My name is Anson Joseph. Welcome to my channel. If you're just joining, this is Tennis Joy. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel so you'll be able to get our new videos. Share in the comments. I want to know what you think about Carlos Alcaraz recent blood. Do you think it's just a normal thing for an athlete? In everything you do in all life, affairs, there must be ups and downs. There are times that everything is going well. There are times everything is not going well for you. So do you think it's just a moment of a moment of ups and downs for Carlos Alcaraz, or do you think he complains enough? Because at some point I thought Carlos Alcaraz always complains a lot about whenever he lost. He just tends to pinpoint the loss to maybe health issues or maybe fatigue, or maybe he talk about how the fans are all against him. So that is what I'm talking about. Then first, in case you missed that, we talk about Jannik Sinner dominance when it comes to the ATP tour with his doping controversy. What do you think about that? Please share in the comments. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Rafael Nadal. Will be his farewell. He said it after the Davis Cup. He's going to retire. In fact, Rafael Nadal, during my, when I was very young, I admire him so much alongside Roger Federer. In fact, these guys, you see Roger Federer, you see Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic. These are players that, even though you don't like tennis, they dominate the headlines. You must like tennis because of these guys. In fact, they made this sport so easy, so entertaining, that they draw so many fans. Alongside, not forgetting Serena Williams too. Serena Williams is another figure that actually made me love tennis. I love tennis so much because of these guys. Roger Federer is one, Novak Djokovic, and then Rafael Nadal. This guy is, of course, in the Davis Cup. He already said it. It will be his last. He's going to retire. He's going to retire from that. So, what do you think about Rafael Nadal? What do you think about 20 years now on the top? 20 years on the top. Rafael Nadal. 22 Grand Slam title for Rafael Nadal. Well, he made a statement. He talked about when he was asked whether he's going to play a singles, in the Davis Cup. He talked about that. I'm going to quote him now. He said, first, to see how I am feeling in training. This is Rafael Nadal talking. He said, if I really don't see myself ready to have a chance in winning in the singles, I'll be the first who won't want to play. He's simply saying he's going to train and look at his health because Rafael Nadal have series of injuries during his 20 years tour in the ATP. So he's definitely going to look at that, then look at his health, whether he's able to participate in this Davis Cup. Maybe doubles will be better for him. Let's see. But honestly, Rafael Nadal, thank you so much for existing in my lifetime. Rafael Nadal, I'll say that again. Thank you so much for existing in my lifetime. You made me love tennis. You made me love tennis. All right. Okay. Another trending issue now. Let's go over now to the WTA. Talking about the women's tennis. Of course, I celebrated Coco Gauff. In fact, Coco Gauff, I think, is the next big thing in the world of tennis when it comes to the women. I know Sabalenka is still the world number one, displacing IGS Swiatek. He's going to finish this year, remaining at top. Then IGS Swiatek is second. Coco Gauff has been there in the third position, has cemented in third position. Recently, he won the WTA finals in Riyadh. That was so massive. I think it's the next big thing that will happen in America, American tennis. Talking about Coco Gauff, the guy is so brilliant. Just 20, in just her young in your career, she's been able to achieve a lot. She's able to. In fact, she surprised me in the WTA final because if you have been watching Coco Gauff match, at times there are two Coco Gauff. Yes, there are two Coco Gauff. There's a time that the real Coco Gauff is going to play the tennis and of course get the win. Why the other? At times Coco Gauff will disappoint you. But in that WTA final, she surprised me. In fact, beat top players like IGS Swiatek. In fact, that victory, said so much about Coco Gauff and what she will be able to do in the future to come. So congratulations to her. And then I know many of you have seen that video about the Tennis Joy presenter, sport analyst that was off air, but it was broadcast, talking about where he talked about Broba Kerishkova. He was talking about her forehead, mimicry of her forehead, and that was off air, and then it was mistakenly broadcast. And then he has made a statement on his X handle that he made an approach to actually, reach out to Barbara Kerishkova, and then, of course, retract some of those statements. And Barbara Kreshkova said that got her very angry. She said in her X handle, that's formerly Twitter, she talked about how many have failed to focus on her tennis. Instead of focusing on tennis, they're just focusing on her outlook, which is very bad. But the truth is that in as much as we are fans, we talk about tennis in a passionate way, there's this human in us, that actually shows you cannot be sentimental, because all of us, like I do say, I watch tennis, but there are some players I don't really like. But you can't just come and say you don't like them, I know that I get to talk about them professionally, but your own, when you are not on camera, maybe you are not on public eye, you have to talk about them, with your own, how you feel about them. I think that's exactly what the man did, not necessarily what everybody thought he meant. He just said his mind and all of that. But I think coming from a professional, that is where it did not sit well with some of tennis fans. So what do you think about that? Barbara Kreshkova, he has made an attempt, and then talk about how he has apologized to Barbara Kreshkova. And then I received news. In case you're just joining, my name is Hamson Joseph. Welcome to my live video. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Help grow tennis. Support my work. It means a lot to me if you subscribe to this channel. That will also motivate me to also do content like this. In fact, I'm a passionate tennis fan, and of course, willing to be on the world stage in the world biggest channel. One day I'm going to be in the world biggest channel. Thank you so much for your massive support. Okay, Sports Boy, thank you so much for your comments. Please share in the comments. First of all, we talk about Jannik Sinner and his dominance in the ATP tour. What do you think about that? As a player, put yourself in the player's position, not as a fan now, because as a fan, we want our players to win. I have a fan, I have someone I'm supporting. I always want the person to win. But put yourself now in the fans' perspective, in the player's perspective, I beg your pardon. How will you feel knowing that in every tournament you are going into, once you see the name Jannik Sinner there, just know he's going to win. He's going to win. And then people are like, wow, why is he winning? Then after some investigation, it was tested twice of banned substance, you know, and then the WADA filed an approval for the case because the case was reopened, the Court of Arbitration, you know, they filed an appeal, talking about WADA, filed an appeal for the case to be reopened, and it was reopened. After everything, an independent tribunal just ruled out that rule in Sinner's favor, and then his continued dominance everywhere. Do you know what it means for a guy 2024 to win 7 titles? And not only that, he played top players without dropping a set. 10 players without dropping a set. That's very massive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 titles. That's very massive. That's very massive. All right, so what do you think about Jannik Sinner? Then we'll talk about Rafael Nadal last tournament, who will be the Davis Cup. Rafael Nadal last tournament will be the Davis Cup. I don't know whether he's going to play the singles, but we'll see. He's been talking about his health issues. He has a series of injuries, just trying to get in shape. It will be very, you know, of course, I have the joy of seeing him. I talk about how Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, of course, made my childhood I have so many memories of them. In fact, they make me love tennis. Yes. And then we talk about Coco Gauff. No, we talk about Carlos Alcaraz. Please, what is wrong with Carlos Alcaraz? It seems like man is declining, you know. Man is declining. What do you think is wrong with Carlos Alcaraz? Do you think he doesn't have the mental toughness to remain at the top, or do you think the ATP calendar sucks? Like some fans will say, the ATP calendar just from one tournament to another, no rest. The players are not getting enough rest, and all of that. Then you talk about this guy. What is his name? Okay, Carlos Alcaraz. He smashed the racket where he was very angry. Smashed a racket in anger after losing to Alexander Zverev. Then we'll talk about Coco Gauff. Do you think Coco Gauff is the next big thing in the American tennis after Serena Williams and Venus Williams? Do you think Coco Gauff can fill in the shoes? And of course, just share your thoughts on the topic. Jannik Sinner dominance in the ATP. What do you think about that? Just think as a player right now, and then put yourself in the shoes of the players. Then, alongside with this doping controversy, then what do you think about Carlos Alcaraz? Do you think he lacked the mental toughness to remain at the top? And then we talk about Coco Gauff as the next big thing in the world of tennis. Do you think he can fill in the shoes of Serena Williams and Venus Williams? What about Rafael Nadal? What do you think about? What do you like about Rafael Nadal? In fact, share in the comments. What memory have you remember about Rafael Nadal in the world of tennis? 22 Grand Slams, 22 Grand Slam titles, 20 years in the ATP Tour. Wow, I think the last time we saw him play tennis was in the 16 Slams. Carlos Alcaraz beat him. That was in the 16 Slams. Just the new 16 Slams have the $6 million prize money in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. I think that's the last time we saw Rafael Nadal play tennis. So right now, after these ATP finals, we're heading over to the Davis Cup, which will be his last tournament. So which memory, what do you remember about Rafael Nadal? Again, we'll talk about Coco Gauff too, about Coco Gauff being the next big team in the world of tennis. So what do you think? Then we'll talk about Barbara Krejcikova, recent John Waiton, that's the guy who's working for Tennis Channel. In fact, Tennis Channel have suspended him right now. Of course, tender an apology uh, to Barbara Krishkova after he made mockery of her forehead. We saw it was actually off air, but it was mistakenly broadcast, and everybody saw it. And then Barbara Krishkova she's angry. She talked about how these guys have been, you know, mocking her instead of focusing on her tennis. They're kind of, looking at her appearance. Uh, I don't really get that, but it is what it is. So, what do you think about Barbara Krishkova recent clash with John Winton and what he said on Tennis Channel off air? Still waiting for your comment, dude. All right, in case you're just joining us, this is Tennis Joy channel. My name is Hanson Joseph, a passionate tennis fan. Just support my work by subscribing to this channel, and please like this video. Just support, it means a lot to me if you click on that subscribe button. My name is Hanson Joseph. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, now let's go to the next topic. Well, I did a video about Queen Win Zheng. That is the Chinese women's tennis number one, Queen Win Zheng. Zheng reached in the finals of the WTA in Riyadh, where she played Coco Gauff in the final. Coco Gauff eventually won. Not that she won easily. In fact, it was a close contest. Both players push each other to the limit, but eventually Coco Gauff will come out, victorious in that. Then I made a video, even before the match, I made a video about Zheng being grumpy and talking about she having some characters that is not, really appealing to many tennis fans, because all the tennis fans, they kind of don't really like this Queen Win Zheng. I don't know why, but during my course of the research, I found out that she's not really been appreciated by the media. They kind of sideline her. Anytime you hear Queen Min Zheng is in the media, it's always for maybe grumpy attitude. Maybe she did something that is not really good. We saw that handshake when she lost to Sabalenka. We saw when she was yelling at fans. And then fans are like, wow, if she's winning, she's in a good attitude. Whenever she's winning, talking about Queen Win Zheng of China, whenever she's winning, she's in a good mood. Then whenever she's not winning, she's not really in her good mood. She's kind of, possesses this grumpy attitude. And I was like, wow, she's not being appreciated by the media, unlike her fellow tennis counterparts, people like IGS Swiatek, Sabalenka, Jessica Pegula, Daniela Collins. Right now, if you check the WTA ranking, she's moved from number 7 to 5 to the 5th position, talking about Queen Win Zheng. So why is it that she's not getting this media attention? Maybe I think it's because she's Asian. That's what I think. Maybe she's because she's Asian. That's why she's not getting. Assuming she's from the Western states, maybe she would have gotten more media attention. So what do you think about Queen Win Zheng? This Queen Win Zheng we're talking about, she has won the Olympic gold. She won the Olympic. I think she beat. I think she's the one who break the winning streak of IGS Swiatek. This Queen Win Zheng of China. Why is it that she's not getting media attention? Why is it that Queen Win Zheng is not getting media? Anytime you see Queen Win Zheng in the media, it's basically for one grumpy attitude or the other. Why is it that she's not getting the media attention? Please, you can do well to share in the comments. Share in the comments and tell me what you think about all the topics I'll just talk about. I'm going to round up now. I talk about Jannik Sinner dominance in the ATP. That was the first topic. What do you think? Put yourself in the shoes of the players. My name is Hanson Joseph, in case you're just joining us in this live. Welcome to Tennis Joy channel. My name is Hanson Joseph. Please support my work by subscribing to this channel. Please support me by clicking on the subscribe button. All right, then we'll talk about Jannik Sinner. How do you think? Put yourself now in the shoes of the players. What do you think about the latest dominance of Jannik Sinner amid the doping controversy? Put yourself in the shoes. Let's assume you're an Alex de Minaur, or maybe you're a Daniil Medvedev, or maybe you're a Taylor Fritz, or Alexander Zverev, or maybe you're a Casper Ruud. How do you think now, having known that this guy have a doping controversy, which could have seen him banned from the sport for 2 years, right now he's dominated? Put yourself in the shoe. What do you think? Share in the comments. Then number two, we talk about Carlos Alcaraz mental toughness. Do you think it's down to mental toughness, or do you think it's basically because of the ATP calendar? Too much tournaments, no rest, from tournament to another, from one tournament to another, from one tournament to another. Do you think it also contributed to why Carlos Alcaraz was beaten by Ugo Humbert in the Paris Masters, and again why he lost again to Casper Ruud in this ATP finals? He lost to Casper Ruud and later lost to Alexander Zverev, where he talked about the health issues that he had. Then we'll talk about Rafael Nadal. His last tournament will be in this Davis Cup. What do you think about Rafael Nadal, the 22 Grand Slam title winner? What do you think about him? Do you recall any memory of him? All right, then we'll talk about Coco Gauff. Do you think Coco Gauff can actually replicate what Serena Williams have done in the world of tennis? Talking about in the American tennis and in the tennis world at large, the influence you have. Do you think Coco Gauff will have that influence? Then we'll talk about Queen Zheng, why she is not getting too much media attention. Whenever uh, she's in the media, I just know it's based on one grumpy attitude or the other and all of that. So what do you think about the latest development? Okay, I see my Hanson Joseph. Thank you so much for all of you that joined me in today's live. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, share this video, all right, and also like this video. All right. Thank you very much, tennis fans. See you in the after the finals. I'm gonna be here back again. See you in the finals. Is the finals between Taylor Fritz and Jannik Sinner. I don't want to make a prediction, but you already know, all of you know already know what's gonna happen there. Uh, Home fan is on the side of Jannik Sinner. You look at the head-to-head, he says otherwise. Jannik Sinner in the favor. You look at every other aspect of the game. Before Jannik forehand, backhand, Jannik Sinner have it ahead of Taylor Fritz. So it basically means one thing, that Jannik Sinner will actually win this tournament. Thank you so much for always being there. I see Ben Hanson Joseph. See you again in the next video. Bye for now.